This is Manifold Garden. I've just played through the first sequence. It's not really formally broken up, but I felt like I kind of solved the first major puzzle that sort of oriented me on the game, where basically okay, the way this game works, you can kind of walk up to any surface and be like, I want you to be the floor now. And now that's the floor. And then you walk up to another surface and say, never mind, you're the floor. And that becomes the floor. And it looks like the level that you're in is actually repeated many times, just eternally off in the distance in every direction. And so the thing that I had to wrap my head around the first time I was playing was that not only am I on this level that, like Etherborn, is all about sort of figuring out how to mess around with your perspective so that you can navigate it in ways that are impossible in the real world, but also the solution, just like in the level of Etherborn we just played, is often to jump off a cliff and land in a different version of the level that you're on in order to orient yourself the right way. So that's what I end up having to do to get here. But I don't know what to expect next. So let's... I've never seen this little bubbly thing. I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is. Oh, whoops. I keep forgetting I don't have a jump button. I have a reorient button. You can't jump in this game. Wait, okay, as I'm approaching these cloud things, they're retreating from me. So I don't get to... Wait, what? Okay. So there's a bubble around that thing. I don't know why. But let's just forget that for now. Let's go up here. Hey there, awesome Twitch dude. Thanks for joining us. It has some very long staircases. So the colors usually show like matchups between like locks and keys. So one thing that's a difference between Etherborn and Manifold Garden is that in Manifold Garden, you have absolute control over what your orientation is. Like, as long as you can make contact with the surface you want to have be the floor, you can make that surface be the floor. Whereas in Etherborn, the challenge was figuring out what your route was to different orientations. Wait, is that... That's where I came from, right? I think that's where I came from. Alright, so we've got this receptacle. I'm looking for a green thing to stick in that receptacle. There's a green thing over there, but I think that's a built-in switch. I don't think I can pick that one up. I think I can just trigger it. Yeah, so that's just a button, basically. So, oh, we've got a door in the ceiling. Well, this is nice, traditional, normal puzzle for me. I can open that. But I could also go up... No, that's where I came. That's where I came from. So I could actually go back where I came from, but be upside down. But there's no benefit to that because that's just scary. So I'm not going to go down there. Let's go over here. And okay, so you'll notice that this button changed color. When it's inverted like that, that means you can't interact with it. Unless you... The arrow that it has is pointing down at the surface you have to be standing on in order for it to work. So like, for instance, this yellow brick, I can pick it up while I'm on the surface that I'm on. But it becomes non-interactive as soon as I'm on a different surface. So somehow I need to get that red brick where it goes. So let's... So the problem is, I don't have a jump button, and I can't get that thing high enough. I can't throw it or anything. So what I probably need to do is pick up this yellow one and set it down someplace like right there, maybe? Oh, not quite, not quite. All right. Okay, let's move it like here. Looks like it might be snapping to a grid. Okay, so I set the red one on top of it. And then get back on a red footing, pick it up from here, and now I can set it down on that switch. and leave through the door. So that's how these puzzles work. And I think, can I only move 90 degrees at a time? Can I look at the ceiling? No, looks like that just counted as the wall. All right, so I'm trying to open up. Oh, so that platform right there will open up this door. All right. Looks like it's red though. But the door is blue? So this is a switch tree. Oh, there's red ones up there. Okay, okay, okay. So... okay, so I've got a red tree over here. It's really weird that you pluck these blocks from trees. Okay, so where was my red? I think, oh, it's up on this platform. Okay, so the thing that's going to be a challenge is getting a red switch up onto that platform. How am I going to do that? I can only pick it up if I'm on the floor. I've got a bunch of blue ones, but I have to be completely inverted in order to use them. So actually, I think I ran up these stairs. So is there something I can do with this blue switch? Or blue... I keep calling them switches. This blue cube. And what can I do with it that will allow me... like, if I just, like, go over here, I assume it'll drop to the ceiling, which is not helpful. What can I do? What can I do? That cube is so close to where it needs to be. It just needs to be on the other side of this platform. I've just got to get it to the other side of the platform. Is there a way? Okay, so how high can I lift it? I can't quite lift it high enough to use the blue as a shelf. At least not at that height. Is there somewhere where I can use the blue as a shelf? There isn't. Is there a way to get on this tree? That's not close enough. Interesting. Okay, let's think about this. You might be seeing me hitting the level in Manifold Garden where I am too stupid and I can't figure it out. There isn't a way to get me. Oh. Interesting. So I can actually... I can reorient on the actual sides of the cube. Does that help me at all? Oh, wait. I've got multiple blues, don't I? I've got several of these guys. I might be able to build a staircase. Will this work? Yeah, by the way, I really like how it sort of snaps them to a grid and then removes the seams. That probably took some doing. Alright, so I can fall into that, pick up a third one. Bring that up here. I don't know how much staircase I'm going to need, but I'm betting it's the number of bricks that I have available. That just seems reasonable, right? Okay, so now, yep, that is exactly how many I needed to get it up there. So, wait, how do I... I need to be... Oh, wait. This is how I do it. So I can go down here and then... There it is. All right. We did it. Not sure where we're headed or why. Is this huge place really just... So this is the thing that's crazy about this level, is that I think that they've got a very wide FOV, which exaggerates all of the distances. And so you end up like you'll be in a level and you'll be in a structure and you'll look at the distant parts of the structure and they're very far away from you and they look very small. But when you're actually inside them, they're enormous. And so you feel like you're in a small place and you can wrap your head around it, but actually it's huge. And just like with Etherborn, the size of something doesn't really reveal its complexity, because you can be walking on any surface and you know the level could be winding around itself in unexpected ways. And oh, hey Bilbo, nice to see you. Okay, so are we back here? That seems straightforward. Do I need to bring this with me? I'm just going to bring this with me in case. Yes. Yes, I needed that. Okay, so we've got a laser. So that entire thing, was that just this building? Yeah, I went in here, I did a bunch of crazy stuff over here, came out there. And so now we're shining a laser over there. Does that mean that's where I want to go next? I feel like that's where I came from. Right? Is that where I came from? I'm not sure. I think when I came down, that switches to the left. So my guess is that I need to not go back to where I started, but instead I need to visit each of these places in turn. They'll all shine lasers on the original platform, and then I'll go back to the original platform. Bilbo's reacting positively to the freaking lasers that I'm creating. Okay, so yeah. So I need a red brick to stick here. I wonder if they're really consistent about which colors represent which orientations. I have no way to prove it because my brain doesn't work that way. Okay, so at some point I'm going to come out down there with an apple from that tree, bring it over here. But first I've got to get there. I keep forgetting which button to push. Okay, one way that they're hiding the size of this level is that now I'm upside down, so I'm basically in the basement. I'm in spaces that I would not have really seen from that other perspective. Okay, seems straightforward. Alright, so we've got a yellow one there. I feel like this is about the same lesson I had before. I wonder if I was meant to do this level first before the other one, because the other one felt more complex than this, but, well, maybe we're about to find out how complex this one gets. So here is green. Okay, so I've got to get a green apple on this wall, but green wants to settle on this floor. So getting it up there is going to be a challenge. So what I'm going to need to do, I imagine, is stair-step it some reds. Something like that. Let's see if this works. So I set that down. Wait, I don't want to set it down completely on top of it. And then let's try standing on it just on the edge, then setting it right there. And now it's powering the door. Oh, except I've also got to get a... efficiency in puzzles. I love it. We will use all the pieces of the buffalo. Okay, so Avarice is actually keeping track of which colors are on which walls. So it seems like blue, purple, red, yellow. So yeah, so you point out that red and blue seem to be opposite each other. Fairly consistently. The lighting kind of makes it a little bit confusing sometimes. Oh, is this where I'm going to get my, boink, my red apples? So put one in here. Take one with me. Is shooting straight up? Yes. Okay, so I think my guess was probably correct, that I want to keep progressing the same direction. I'm going to be firing 3 lasers at my original platform, and that's going to open something into the next area. All right. So yeah, this one's yellow. So it's pretty clever that they made the jump button be the button that transitions me from one surface to another, because early on in the game, I discovered that I could transition because I came up to a ledge that I thought I could jump up onto, naturally hit the space bar, and then transitioned. Oh, like that. Unfortunately, I just... Sometimes I do it when I intend to interact with something, which is the wrong move. Okay, so, as usual, there's like a reversal airlock over here. And... okay. Purple tree. Yellow key. It's a yellow tree. So this could just as easily have been the first place I went. All right. Okay, so yellow does land there. All right, let's see what we have to work with on this side. Just the one yellow brick. Okay, so the problem is... aha. Right. So I need to get the yellow across this gap. So I need to have a place to stick the yellow, like right there, that I can reach from both sides. So we come up here. There we go. Then we cross the gap this way, pick up the yellow, And open the door. And tally-ho! Landing on that glass was actually kind of scary. Is this... Oh. I feel like the other ones had more puzzles in them. Maybe they really did expect this one to be my first one. I don't know. So drop that in. Fire a new laser. To the left this time. Whoa! What? Alright. Looks like they expanded that bubble that was in the way before. They expanded, and the steps are rippling, which is disconcerting. I think if I actually in real life found myself in a place like this, I would just curl up in a ball and not do any of this exploration. Oh, so Avarice is really curious what direction is opposite the purple. I will try to figure that out in a second. Okay, so it's shrinking as I get close, just like those clouds were shrinking. So now I'm picking this up, and it's raining, which is not a thing I was expecting. I'll bring this in, and this is where I came from. Okay, that was weird. Do I want to bring this in here? This just seems like the place to be, right? This is where I came from. I came from that platform. And I think the way to get back is to go around. I don't know if I'm going the right way, though. Is there something else? Before I take this long route, I just want to make sure there isn't something on the other side that I should be noticing. Is there? No? Ugh, it's so disconcerting seeing this same thing happening in so many different places. Like, is there a me in each of those places doing the same stuff? I don't know. The little distortions that it goes through, too, are freaky. Okay, wait. So the way to get back to where I started is over here. So I'm just gonna run. So I don't remember there being like a socket for this thing, though. I don't remember there being a place where this belonged. But who knows, maybe when I come back through here, it's just going to take me some weird, completely different place. You just don't know what to expect. This is like House of Leaves. Like, you just don't know what to expect from this place because it's so inhuman, you know, this world. Okay, so I can't remove this. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh man, I think I can just walk around this thing forever. This is a bad plan. I should... What? Wait, I can pass through glass walls with this? Is this where I'm supposed to be? I wonder how long they would let me do this if it was wrong. Because this world is enormous. I mean, look how many layers there are. This can't be what I'm supposed to do. Let's just skip a bunch of steps here. Literally. Alright. How do I get back on track? Okay, this is the wrong side. I want to get back there. That's where I want to be. Oh, missed that one. Woohoo! Okay, okay. I think maybe I wasn't supposed to bring that in here. I did see myself going through... I saw myself going through glass, though. So maybe instead of trying to regress and go backwards, I should go back here, but look at what other options might have opened themselves up back where I started. Because I've already... That area, even though it doesn't look familiar to you, I have thoroughly explored that area. I don't remember anything that wants this cube. It is weird now that I've, like... Mentally, I've made this shift where I'm just jumping off cliffs like it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't. That's a disconcerting change to make. Okay, so if I put this back, so what happens if I just leave it alone? Okay, so I'm back where I started. So am I in a different world when I'm holding this thing? Is that what I'm supposed to take from this? I'm not sure. Avarice is calling this my companion cube and saying that the cake is a lie, which doesn't seem inappropriate. Like, I'm not sure what my next goal is. That's the thing that's freaking me out. By the way, what else is freaking me out? Speaking of the cake being a lie, there's no back to this thing. But it's also a tunnel into a giant, endless apartment complex. That just goes for eternity, up and down. But I'm betting if I jumped down to the next platform below, I would still walk out and still find this puzzle solved in here. I wonder what happens if I want to stand on this guy. Okay, what am I missing? There's got to be something I can do with this. So if I set it down somewhere besides that platform, what happens? Okay, we just come back to where we started. Is there any place that looks like this thing? We've got these columns covered with smoke. Is there anything about this doorway? This is just disconcerting. Well, you might be about to see me get stumped here. I might have to actually just, you know, close this down and, Okay, so Avarice is saying, looks like you can still proceed to yellow. I feel like you can proceed to all of them, can't you? I could backtrack that direction, but yeah, let's try it. Let's go to one of the other pillars. See what that does. See if it does anything. So Bilbo says, you know, this thing might be like a teleporter. Are there any places that I haven't gone yet? So here's the problem. See, I think this orients downwards. I think I can't change orientations while I'm holding this. Wait, what's that? What is that thing? Oh, I thought, when I saw all these expanding cubes in the distance, I thought I was looking at this little temple where I obtained this thing. I thought that's where they were at all these other levels. But no. There's a spot over in the middle that I've never been to. It looks like is it directly above the gate that I entered through? Okay, you guys were right that I needed to climb some stairs, but not because the stairs were where I needed to lead. The stairs needed to change my perspective. Alright, so I can't change orientations, but one thing I can do is fall. So this thing was sitting here trying to get my attention this whole time. Can I just... That's where that needed to be? And now, what is happening? Yeah, where am I now? I feel like I'm being contacted by the aliens in Annihilation. What am I looking at? Bilbo's like, welcome to fifth dimensional space. Seriously, that is kind of what this feels like. Deathgrow says this feels like something from the proto-molecule in the Expanse. Wow, okay. So hold E or click? Okay, I'm holding it. And now we're at, there's birds now? And, okay, I'm used to this very cube-centered world, and now we've got organic fractal patterns, still made out of cubes, but we got birds. But we're still in the same space. I mean, this is still the same. Just like I was able to backtrack to the old level that I was in, thinking that that was what I was supposed to be doing. I'm still, like this world is contiguous. They keep making dramatic changes, but the world is still contiguous. It's like, there's something about this space having rules. Like, it's breaking the rules of reality, but it still has rules. And they're consistent, which makes it feel almost scarier. Because it's not just some arbitrary whims, you know? It's something else. Anyway, it's like an actual world that I've been captured in. So I don't know if it looks to me like my audio and video have come desynchronized from each other. I'm not sure if that's the case. It could just be that I'm hitting my processor really hard right now. Um, Bilbo's like, is that a tesseract? Other people are trying to identify characters from The Expanse. Okay, Avarice says that I'm still in sync to them, so it looks like, yeah, my machine is having some trouble. But that's fine. This is about as far as I want to go with Manifold Garden. You've seen how crazy this thing gets. I'm assuming it continues to get crazier as you explore, and I fully intend to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. But for right now, let's give this a quit, and we're going to move on to something else. So let me put up my black bar and, videos and subscribe button, all that stuff. But after Manifold Garden, I think we should move on to light matter.